Okay, so welcome back. We're going to start exactly where we left off. So in our picture, and I've numbered them 1, 2, 3 and 4 to show you where we start first and where we end. We have two men. Here they are. So, the point of this picture is for us to decide where the man is. So, we would say this man is here. He's not there, he is here. But we have our man here, we called him John, and his friend is there. Are they in the same area? Are they together? No. No, they're not. So we would say that man is there. So what you need to remember is this matches with here, that matches with there. Okay? So those two words go together. So same word, we have John, here he is. And we have his friend. So, are they together? Yes, they are. So, even though this is a lady, a woman, this woman is here. They are in the same area. So same word, man, woman, this, here, this, here. Okay, so if they're not together, here is John. And the lady is now over here. So exactly the same as above, that woman is there. So, where English is simple, is easy, the same words, the same structure, how you put the sentence together is exactly the same. Whether it is male, man, female, woman, it doesn't matter. The structure is the same. Okay, everybody understand that? If so, I'm going to wipe it and I will get our next 4 together. So let's put 2.
There's one that should take 5 minutes.
Yep. Okay, so we have now finished with the people. So now we have things, and I'll explain. Here we have John. John is guiding us through everything. Okay. So it is a table. Where is it? Is it in the same space as John? Yes. So we don't use he or she. We can say it. It is here. So what it is a table. It is here. The table is here. So we can say this is a table.
This is.
It is
This.
it. It.
It.
It is here.
It is here.
So John and the table are in the same space.
Yes.
So you would say it is here. You can't see he or she because it's not a person. It's a thing. So we use it.
Is
Yes.
here. This
Yeah.
is
A table.
table.
It's a table. So John has now moved the table. Here's John. Here is the table. Let's do it slightly this way so you can see. Okay, so it is a table. It's still a table, but we can now use that is a table
so far.
because it's far. It's not in the same space as John. That is a table. It is there. So exactly the same way you would do it with people or the birds, same with things. So the table is there. Okay, we have a new word for you. What is it?
Hat.
Yes, we can say this is a hat. A hat that you wear on your head, on your head. So this is a hat. It is a hat. What is it? It is a hat. Or this is a hat. So if you're answering a question, what is it? You would use it is a hat. Or if you are telling me, you're making a statement, you're saying to me what it is, this is a hat. So if you're answering a question, put there, question. If I say to you, what is this? You would say, it is a hat. Or if you wanted to talk to me, you would say, this is a hat, Julie. Okay? Okay. So this one, I can just show you with my hand. So number 4, this is a hand. Here it is. This is my hand. This is the thumb. This, because there's one thumb. These are fingers. Okay? These are fingers because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 and one thumb. These are fingers. So if we just put a quick drawing of a hand here, something like that. So here is the thumb. Thumb. It is a thumb. It is, because there's one. 1, 2, 3, 4. These, because there's 4, are fingers. Are and these, because there is more than one. This is one, these are more than one. So these are my fingers, this is my thumb. Okay, so let's let's move on. Okay, so now we're going to talk about things that we own. This means things for us. So I can say this is my pen. It is a pen for me, for Julie. Okay, so here is John. And John is holding a hat. You can see that. And John is saying, this is my hat. This is my hat. So whose hat is it? It's John's hat. So John would say, this is my hat. Why did I put it there? Okay. So, apologies. There we are. And John is saying, this is my hat. Okay, fine. Okay. So John has his hat. But now John has a friend with him. So his friend also has a hat. So when John is now talking about his friend, that is his hat. So who owns the other hat? John is here. John has his hat, a hat for John, and John's friend has a hat. And John is saying that is his hat. This is my hat. This is his hat. All okay? Okay. So, John is here. Here is his friend. Okay. So his friend has put his hat on his head. And John is telling us something. John is now saying his hat is on his head. Okay. His hat is on his head. His, because his friend is a man, and his friend owns the hat. It is a hat for him. So John is saying his hat is on, if you actually think, on, my pen is on my hand. My pen now is in my hand. Okay, so on, the hat is on his head. Okay? So now we have John, and John's friend now is a lady. There she is. And she also has a hat. There it is. And because it's a lady, let's give her a flower on her hat. So he's saying her, because it's a lady. Her hat is on her head. So all we've done is replaced his with her, because his friend now is a lady. Her hat is on her head. Well, the head belongs to the lady, the hat belongs to the lady. So her hat is on her head. Okay? So if everybody's got that, I will wipe. Okay. Okay, fine.
Chelsea till you miss you. Till her back.
Oh, you too, Chelsea, miss you too. Friend of mine from school. Okay, so John is here. And John has got his hat on his head. Okay. Here we have a table and we have John's friend. Okay, fine. John's friend has taken his hat off and he's put his on the table. So, John is saying that is your hat. Okay, this is what John is actually saying to his friend. That is your hat. He's pointing to the hat. That is your hat. It is a hat for you. And he's speaking to his friend. It is on the table. So the hat is on the table. It's not in the table, it is on the table. So who does the hat belong to? It belongs to John's friend. And he's put it on the table. And John is saying that is your hat. It is on the table. It, because it's a thing. It's not a person. It's not a man. It's not a woman. It's not a girl. Not a boy. It's not a baby. It is a hat. So we use it. Okay? All right. Next one. So John is here. The table is there. Now John has two friends with him. With two hats. So John is pointing to the hats and he's saying those, because there's 1, 2, those are your hats. Those are your hats. They, because there's 1, 2, are on the table. So those, because there's 1, 2, not that now, that is 1. Those 1, 2, 1, 2. Those are your hats. So your, just like you, can be used for one or it can be used for 100, doesn't matter. So those are your hats, but we have an S now, and we hear the S when we speak hats. Those are your hats. They, because there's 1, 2, are on the table. The table, because there's still only one table, and 2 hats on there, and 2 friends. Okay, so this I can do. The next one I can do, just show you. These are my hands. These are my hands. This is my left hand. This is my right hand. This is my left hand. This is my right hand. Left, right. Left, right. Okay, these are my thumbs. There's now 1, 2. These are my thumbs. These are my fingers. Okay. Okay. So, to go over again, this is my right hand. This is my left hand. Okay? So if I could ask you, which hand do you write with? I write with my right hand. I can't write with my left hand. Okay, let's wipe. Okay, fine. All right. Okay, fine. Okay, now we're looking at actions that we do. Okay, here is John. And John's hat is on the table. John will take his hat off the table. Okay, so now it's time to explain to you a timeline, and I'm going to draw it to keep our theme of pictures going on. Here it is. Here is a line. If we start here, we can say will. You will do something. You've not started. Here, you have started, but not finished. Not finished. This is where your verb plus ing, this is where you use that. And here you have finished, and the action is over. Okay, so for an example, at the moment I am standing. I'm just standing. I'm going to say I will walk. I've not started. Now I'm starting, and I am walking. Walking, verb plus ing. I am walking. Okay? Now I've stopped. I walked. My action is over. I've finished. Okay, so John will take, he's not started, his hat off the table. Here's John. Here's the table. Here's the hat. And John is now taking. He is taking the hat. Think of the pen. The pen is on my hand. I will take. I am taking. I am taking. I took. My action is finished. So John is taking the hat. He is taking it off the table. It is on the table. He will take it off. So let's see John. Here is the table. He is taking the hat off. It was here on. John is taking it off. Let's make sure his arm touches the hat. He is taking it off. He's not finished. Here is John now. The hat is in his hand. He took. The action is finished. Okay? So he took it off the table. It was passed on the table. He is taking it off the table. He took. He's finished. Okay? He's now finished. It is off the table. Where is it now? It is in his hand. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Here is John. Here is John. John has the hat in his hand. John will put the hat on his head. So here, let me remind you of the time. Will, verb plus ing, here, finished. Okay, fine. So he will take it. It is on his head now, and he will. Oh, it is in his hand now. It is in his hand now. And he will put it on his head. So let's see him now. Here is John. The hat is now here. It was past here, and he is putting it. He is putting. Okay. Let's see John here. The hat is now on his head. He put it there. The action is finished. He will put. He will put. He's not started. He is putting. He put. So he will put it on his head. He is putting. He put. His action is over. Okay, so we can say, where was the hat? The hat was on the table. It is now on John's head. He took it off the table and put it on his head. Okay. Okay, so I'll leave the timeline up. Okay, here is John. His hat, as we know, is on his head. Oh, that's a large hat. His hat is on his head. So what is he going to do now? Let's raise his arms. Let's put his arms up there. What is he going to do now? He will take his hat off his head. So he's not started. So let's put him here. Here's John. Okay. His hat is here. He is taking it. Okay, he is taking. He's not finished yet. Here he is. Here's John. Okay. So his hat is now here. He is taking it. Here is John. He took. He's finished. Okay, so let's actually write. He will take his hat off his head. He will take. He's not started. He is taking. He's taking it. Here, he is still taking it. He's not finished. He is taking his hat off his head. Here, he's finished. He took. The hat off his head. Okay, so there, here to remind you is your time. He will take. He's not started. He is taking. There is your verb to take plus ing, taking it. This tells you it's not finished. He's still taking it. He took. He's now finished. Okay, that concludes our work with John and his hat. This finishes our work with John and the hat. We will be recording the next part tomorrow. So tune in to us for that. Good job, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our first step into English. See you tomorrow.